Hello there, welcome to the Underground. My name is Elwin, and this is a general reading for the week ahead for, specifically, air signs. So, I'll shuffle some cards. Air signs include Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Now, let's first look at some of the things ahead, like we do. See what's happening. Alright? Okay. Ooh. You don't want that one. It's alright. You don't want that one. That's not for you. Okay. Let's have a look. Movements, shielding, moving away from something toxic. The Six of Swords represents this. You may be feeling like you want to drift away from something, perhaps separate yourself from certain people. This may be a wise decision. There are forms of, in the sense, judgment here. Other people may not fully understand you, or you may not understand them. Sometimes we grow apart from people. The Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands here is knowledge, action that may be required to do this. The knowledge here, although knowledge enlightens, it can also narrow our view when it comes to ignorance. When something is known, it cannot be unknown, and therefore we are a little bit more callous to the world once we know things. You may be struggling. You may be feeling as though you are tired and you cannot carry on. However, the only reason you carry on is for the achievements, the things that you wish that you can have that lay ahead, the promise of something. Help is on the way. By an unlikely ally, help is on the way. To meet this help with stubbornness, hostility, defense perhaps, due to the nature of the person in question, is looking a gift horse in the mouth, quite literally. Try to look at it from a new perspective with fresh eyes. You ask for help. The universe has provided help. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Let's look at this more in depth, though, and see what comes up for some other things. Okay? Okay. So, this is what we're going to do. We'll do the usual. So, career, jobs. Some of you, I feel, here may be having a hard time finding it, holding a job down. It's all right. What happens for next week? What's coming in? Let's see. Work, celebrations, commitment, resolute courage, bravery, a grounding force. Introspection, to know what it is without, to know what it is now to have, may not be perfect, but it's a damn sight better than what was before in many cases. Overburdens. The work is the Eight of Pentacles. Sorry. The Eight of Pentacles here, there is work in the forms of achievement, Perhaps you are missing, perhaps you are longing for this. You are longing for the purpose, for the usefulness, the accomplishments, the daily tasks that can bring, as well as, naturally, the payments. However, there is cause for celebration for some of you air signs. There seems to be a victory in some way. A cause for celebration with others, to join in the celebration with others, as far as work may be concerned. Courage. Responsibility. This, in many ways, may be the downside of an occupation. The responsibilities, the grown-up things. But you may know what it's like. This path here of the hermit, although introspection is a lonely one, to have something then to lose it in the forms of work makes you truly appreciate work when it comes. Now, this does not mean gratitude or to humble the self, to know thy place and be grateful. No. But work is still work, regardless of how much you enjoy it at the moment. These are tough times, after all. Stepping stones, stepping stones. Overburden. Too many choices, too many responsibilities. Feeling though you're not living up to your potential, perhaps. Do not rush in. Fools rush in, as Elvis said. And it's true. To rush into something, or to rush away from something, to cast an opportunity off just by instinct, may be a bit rash here. Look ahead. Look at the journey ahead. Your present, current situation and the choices you make may affect the future greatly in butterfly ripples, more so than you first may think. Some of you here may be feeling out of place. The fish in the cup here often reminds me of this. Being confined to an environment that is survivable, but not one that you can flourish in for work. There may be here forms of regret and fears keeping you locked in that place. The balance. Take the leap. Embrace fear and do it anyway, or stay within the confines of safety, yet unhappiness. Change is inevitable. Human beings, we don't like to admit that change must happen. We all live in our little houses, trying to make them the same as they were 10 years ago, trying to keep nature in tiny little cordoned off squares to bend and be clipped and trimmed to our will, to maintain. However, change is apparent all over. We are constantly maintaining, trying to hold back the tide of change. Sometimes change must be embraced. There may be hurt through this. You may be feeling forms of betrayal in work. You may be feeling forms of loss from leaving a work. Yes, but necessary. Not everyone is meant to stay in our lives. Heed the calling. You are being called up for something greater. This is your life, after all. Answer the call. It gets easier that way. Now, on to the juicy bits of love, relationships. So, for air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, let's have a look and see what's happening for air signs. For love. Ooh. Good. Feelings, emotions may be removed from a difficult time. Someone who takes their own misery and wanders with it, remaining silent. Perhaps someone here in a relationship feels as though there is enough for the other person already burdened with. They do not wish to burden them with their fears, or perhaps even their doubts, their worries, their pains. This may be done for noble causes, but ultimately can only lead to sadness. Hoping that this phase may pass to better times with the coming of spring, if you are on the northern hemisphere, yes. But such things do not just go away or transition into happiness. They must be voiced, they must be heard, they must be understood and then let go of. Only then can we truly let go of something, once we understand what it is that is hurting. This can be a joyous occasion. There is no need here for heartache. There are forms of ceremony, offerings of love here. Good, strong offerings of love. People making acts of love to convey to the other person their feelings, sometimes misheard, misconstrued, yes, but acts of love nonetheless. Nevertheless. Someone here, for you, air signs, there may be someone here who is willing to meet you halfway. Forms of healing, for we are always healing, all of us. It is the nature of this world to inflict pain. Just by living in it, we heal from it as best we can. To heal together in partnership is difficult, but to be met halfway in this healing is an act of love. The Four of Cups. Some of you may be feeling boredom, may be feeling a hopelessness. It's all right. Mourning over something or someone who has gone, love that was once there that is no longer, a separation. But there is a silver lining to this, or should I say a gold lining to this cloud. What comes in its place soon enough is better. You may not believe it now, most likely, but it is better. Do not take on all the burdens. Do not take on all the responsibilities that love has left you with. Shed them, cast them aside. Begin afresh, begin anew, starting with yourself, starting with commitments to yourself. Only then can the new journey begin. Only then will you have wings to fly. Judgment starts within, the same as love. Counter judgment with love, counter self-judgment with self-love. You disarm it completely. Practice it. It helps. It works. Now, terms of advice for the week ahead. I think that was it in many ways when it comes to love. However, we're going to look at something else for air signs. We are going to look at a general advice. Intuition may diminish under strong emotions here. Strong emotions may take charge in the next week for you air signs. Temptation to be jovial, temptation to join into such things is good, yet you know yourself best. Be careful not to fall into the habit of covering up things that need addressing because there is a distraction. Making the conscious decision, torn between two things. You already know the answer, though. You already know where the work begins. You already know where your heart lies. Regain instinct, regain intuition. Sometimes the head must overrule the heart, simply for our own survival. I hope this helps you. Have a blessed day. Goodbye.